Welcome to the Cloud Coaching session. This session is part of Modern Data Platform series. And today I'll be talking about the public sector and modern data platform usage in public sector. My name is Pavan Kumar. I'm part of EMEA Analytics Specialist team. I live in Hyderabad, India. The agenda for today's session would be to understand what public sector is, why data is important in public sector, and some of the use cases in various domains of public sector that modern data platform can help with. I'll also walk you through a use case of public sector to showcase how modern data platform can help businesses understand challenges and take necessary actions. So what is public sector? The public sector or state sector is the part of the economy run by the government. Funded by taxes, it provides essential public goods and services like national defense, education, and healthcare. Unlike the profit-driven private sector, the public sector aims to meet societal needs and is accountable to the public. Examples of some of the public sector organizations include government agencies, public schools, hospitals, and public transportation. So why is data important in public sector? A thorough data analysis helps public sector organizations deliver data-driven services and enhances efficiency and effectiveness of the decision making. Public sector agencies deal with vast amounts of data daily, ranging from demographics to service usage patterns. By harnessing data analytics, they can gain actionable insights that help optimize resource allocation, streamline processes, and improve service delivery. This in turn allows public sector organizations to achieve their objectives more efficiently and cost effectively. Next, data-led approaches enable better policy formulation and evaluation. With access to comprehensive data, policymakers can craft evidence-based policies that address societal challenges more effectively. Furthermore, data-driven evaluation mechanisms allow governments to assess the impact of policies in real time, making it easier to adjust strategies when necessary. This iterative process promotes adaptive governance, whereas policies are continuously refined based on actual outcomes. Automated decision-making enhances transparency and accountability. When public sector organizations make data available to public, it promotes transparency by allowing citizens to track government activities, expenditures, and performance. This transparency builds trust among citizens, fostering a stronger sense of accountability for government officials and agencies. In an era where transparency is increasingly demanded, data-driven practices help meet these expectations. Data-centric approaches facilitate better crisis management and response. During emergencies, access to real-time data is invaluable for decision makers. For instance, public health agencies rely on data-driven models to monitor disease outbreaks and allocate resources effectively. Similarly, emergency services can use data to coordinate responses to natural disasters or public safety incidents. The ability to access, analyze, and act upon live data is crucial for mitigating the impact of crisis and safeguarding public well-being. Now let us look at some of the domains in public sector and various use cases that modern data platform can help with. So the first one is education. In education, modern data platform can help with recruitment, training, personal development, retention, personalized learning, early warning, engagement, outcome prediction, etc. Now, in social services, public domain, modern data platform can help with risk management, needs assessment, population analysis, early intervention and prevention, case analytics, K360, etc. Now, coming to financial management, modern data platform can help financial organizations with live data analysis, identifying fraud, reduce fraud waste, risk and error, data-driven planning, budgeting, performance KPIs, procurement optimization, etc. Now, on environmental and urban planning domain, modern data platform can help organizations with urban mobility and transportation, highway traffic forecasting, land use planning, climate change adaptation, smart city planning, etc. Now let us look at a few more domains. In emergency management domain, modern data platform can help with risk assessment, disaster management, operational resource efficiency, early warning systems, live data analysis, emergency deployment data platform, etc. In criminal justice, law and order domain, modern data platform can help organizations with predictive policing and crime prevention, intelligence-led operations, predictive resourcing, real-time incident reporting, monitoring, etc. In infrastructure management and resource planning, modern data platform can help organizations with real-time asset and resource optimization, predictive maintenance, infrastructure performance monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, supply chain and logistics, etc. And finally, in citizen engagement, modern data platform can help organizations with Citizen 360, demographic and social inclusion analysis, citizen analytics and open data, community engagement, etc. Now let us look at the demo of one of the use case of a public sector. In this use case, let us look at how Oracle Modern Data Platform can help Ministry of Education public sector organization with some of the challenges they currently have, and how can it help address those challenges for the organization. So what we are seeing here is a sample workbook that we have created in Oracle Analytics Cloud for the ministry. And all the data that we have, that you see here, is a sample data that we have prepared for the purpose of today's demo. So let us understand what details do we have on this overview canvas. So firstly, we have certain KPIs on the top, such as number of schools. What is the total number of schools that are currently in the country? Number of students who are studying in these schools, number of teachers who are teaching these students in the schools. What is the student to teacher ratio, which is 5, which means that for every 5 students in the country, there is a teacher assigned. This is at a country level. Then what is the overall pass rate at the country level? It says that we are currently at close to 85% pass rate. But however, our goal is to have a 90% pass rate at the country level. Then we have another KPI, which says student dropout rate, which is at 9.2%. Which this means that out of every 100 students who register for studies in these schools, close to 9 students are discontinuing their studies in between the fiscal year. Our goal is to have less than 5 students discontinue their studies every year. And then at the next, we have a map visualization in which a number of students are plotted by city. The bigger and larger the bubble, the bigger and darker the bubble that you see, which means that we have more number of students in this particular city. The lighter the bubble, which means that we have less number of students in this city. Again, as I said, this is a sample data, so we do not have student details in from every city. And then we have the next visualization says number of students who have studied in the country in various years. We could see that there is a steady growth till 2023, and the forecast, the Oracle Analytics forecast drawn says that there will be a spike in the number of students in 2024, followed by number of students in 2025, 26, 27, etc. The next visualization shows the pass percentage by city. Here we see that the pass rate is more than 90% in all the cities except for Sandford. In Edinburgh, we could see that the pass rate is 92%, Glasgow it's 92.5, Cardiff it's 89.2, Plymouth 89.23, and Sandford is just 60%. And then at the bottom, we have another set of visualizations which shows a number of schools, teachers by city, school type, etc. So here we have different kinds of schools. We're talking about different kinds of schools here, such as international schools, public schools, religious schools, schools for students with special needs, technical and vocational school, etc. Then this visualization here shows the number of students and the gender split by city. So in Cardiff, we can see that the number of male students are close to 42,000 and number of female students are 52,000. And same goes with Edinburgh, Glasgow, Plymouth, Sandford, etc. Then there are various curriculums being taught in the country, and this visualization shows the student enrollment for different curriculums. Here it says that most of the students in the country are currently studying in British curriculum, followed by American curriculum, French and Spanish curriculum. And then at the bottom, we again have a visualization showing students by student school type. And then we have another visualization which shows number of students by city and which school type they are studying in, what is the curriculum they have chosen. So this gives a high level understanding of students' schools for the ministry. Now let us look at a KPI which is not good. So here we have the goal of having pass rate of greater than 90%. However, currently we are just at close to 85%. So let's try to understand what is happening here and if we can help ministry to achieve their goal. So from this visualization, we already understand that a pass rate is good in most of the cities except for Stanford. So let us dig deep and understand what's actually happening in Stanford and what can we do to increase the pass rate. Let's see what other insights this page have. We have another visualization here which shows pass percentages by various subjects that are being taught in the city. So various subjects such as business studies, French language, art, maths, music, etc. So here we see again the pass rate is pretty good, more than 95% in most of these subjects being taught. However, there are certain subjects such as science and social studies in which pass percentage is very less as 39% or 35%. So from these two visualizations, we can safely assume that even in Stanford too, the problem is with certain set of schools where pass percentage is less and with certain subjects in which students are not able to score good pass percentages. But what's actually happening? Why are students not able to score a good pass percentage in these subjects and in these schools? To understand that, let us go to school level and see what's actually happening. So in this visual, this page shows details at a particular school level. So what it says is in this particular school, the total number of students who are studying are 2,124. Number of teachers who are teaching these students are 260. This brings us to a student-teacher ratio of 8, which means that for every 8 students in this school also, for every 8 students in this school as well, we have a teacher assigned, which is very good. However, the pass rate is just at 59%. And what we have here is the sample floor plan of the school. Each box here represents a particular class. The lighter the box is, which means that there are less number of students studying in this class. The darker the box means there are more number of students studying in this class. And on the right side, what we have is a visualization which shows us various subjects that are being taught in this particular class, number of teachers who are teaching each of these subjects, and what is the pass rate. So if I click on class 1, for example, here I can understand that what are the subjects that are being taught in class 1. We can see the various subjects that are being taught are art, foreign languages, mathematics, music, science, social studies, Spanish language and literature, technical and vocational subjects, etc. Who are the teachers? Number of teachers teaching them. We see that we have a dedicated teacher for each of the subjects for this class except for science and social studies. And the pass rate, we see that a pass rate is good in all the subjects except for science and social, where we don't have a dedicated teacher. Is that a problem? Is that why students are not scoring enough? Let us look at class 2 and understand what's happening. Class 2, these are the various subjects that are being taught. Number of teachers, number of dedicated teachers who is teaching these subjects, and the overall pass rate of each of the subjects. So here we see that pass rates are good even in social and studies. However, from class 1, what we see here is class 1 didn't have a dedicated teacher, but class 2 has a dedicated teacher. Now let's look at class 3. Class 3, again, there are various subjects that are taught, number of teachers who are teaching them, what is the overall pass rate. Again, here we see that the pass rate in science and social studies is much less, and we don't see a dedicated teacher assigned to this class. This is very similar to what we have observed in class 1. Class 1 also didn't have a dedicated teacher and the pass rate was very less. Class 3 also do not have a dedicated teacher and the pass rate is very less. Let's look at class 4. Again, class 4, pass rates in all other subjects looks good except for science and social studies. Again, we do not see a dedicated teacher assigned for these subjects. Class 5, same scenario, we don't have a dedicated teacher assigned and the pass rates are not good. In class 6, we see that the pass rates are good across all subjects, and in social and science as well, there is a dedicated teacher assigned. Class 7, again, there is no dedicated teacher for a couple of subjects because of which the pass percentages are less. So class 8, we could keep checking on class 8, class 9, etc. So from all these insights, we can now safely assume that the pass rate in these schools is less because there are no dedicated teachers teaching certain subjects in certain class. So even though our pass rate, our student to teacher ratio looks very good at the country level, at city level, and even at school level, we see that not having a dedicated teacher for certain subjects in certain classes is actually impacting the pass rate. But is this assumption true? Will the pass rate really increase if we actually bring in a dedicated teacher? Now let's see. So here I have built a what if analysis which will help us understand if bringing a dedicated teacher will actually improve the pass rates. So here what I have is I have pulled in all the subjects in which the pass rate is very less and from various classes. So for example, in class 1 science, we don't have a dedicated teacher. This is the number of students and this is the pass rate. And similarly in class 1 social studies also, we don't have a dedicated teacher. These are the number of students studying and this is the pass rate. Similarly, I have picked up all the subjects from all the classes where pass rates are not good and we do not have a dedicated teacher. Now let's see what happens if we actually bring in a dedicated teacher. So what Oracle Analytics Advanced Augmented Analytics is telling us is that if we bring in a dedicated teacher to teach these subjects in these classes, the pass rates are going to significantly improve. This improvement will positively impact the pass rate at city level and at country level. And now we can pass this information to the ministry so that they can take necessary action so that they reach their target of having more than 90% pass rate at the country level. Now, how did we actually do this what if analysis? How did Oracle Analytics make these predictions? So let us look at that. So what we are seeing here is a functionality called data flow. Data flow is a lightweight ETL tool or transformation tool available in Oracle Analytics product. Now, why would one need a ETL tool or a lightweight transformation tool in analytics product? Because this will enable business users to create their own curated data set before generating insights on top of the data set. That's one. And secondly, it will help business users to actually create and implement machine learning models. So what are the out-of-the-box machine learning models that are supported? Out-of-the-box machine learning algorithms are sentiment analysis, numeric prediction, multi-classifier, clustering, binary classifier, etc. So this functionality becomes much more powerful when the dataset is from Oracle database. We could also use advanced analytic functions and graph analytic functions available in Oracle database directly from Oracle Analytics data flow if the dataset is from Oracle database. So let me explain what we have done here. For us to make the what if analysis, I have built a machine learning model to predict the pass rates when we assign a dedicated teacher to teach a particular subject in a class. So how did we do that? First, I have brought in a sample data of students by schools and class. Here I've got all the details of students, city which they are studying, school, class, subject, number of students, etc. And then the pass rate as well. On top of which, I'm applying a machine learning algorithm called numeric prediction. Each of the algorithm comes with a set of models. And for the purpose of this particular demo, I have used random forest for numeric model training. And again, each of these model comes with a set of attributes that they can fine tune so that the predictions are as accurate as possible. And to this particular machine learning model, what we are saying that the target is literacy rate. So what Oracle Analytics does is it creates a machine learning model using this particular training model on top of this sample data so that it can predict the pass rate or literacy rate. And we can go ahead and save the machine learning model. Once we have the machine learning model saved, now we can create another data flow so that we actually implement that machine learning model. So here I'm actually bringing the live student information on top of which we have used this particular machine learning model. At this step, it will add the predicted value, which is the pass percentage, then prediction confidence. This is the confidence with which Oracle Analytics is making this prediction, etc. And then the data can be saved. Once we have the data saved, then we could generate the what if analysis as we have seen earlier. I hope you now understand how Oracle Modern Data Platform can help public sector organizations to analyze their data, generate insights, and take necessary actions to address the issues at hand. Thank you for your time in attending today's session. Thank you.